Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I am Byron, your lovely artist. And today I have 3 paranormal kind of stories. They're not very... At the time they were very scary, so I'm not even gonna downplay it. I pretty much peed myself each time. But yeah. So they all kind of happened within years apart, a couple years apart. The very first one was when I was a teenager, and I'm gonna try and make this video pretty to the point and quick. But I blabber and blather on a lot, so. But when I was very, very young, I had a bedroom in my grandparents' house that we had bought after 3 people in my family passed away because they all kind of lived in the same house. And I took my grandfather's study room / his artist room, because I myself am an artist, so that's the room I wanted. And it was the only room kind of secluded and by itself. It was a side split house, and there was nobody. So I took that room, and there was one night. It was very, very late. It was 12 or 1 or maybe even 3. I don't know. It was super late. And in the area that I lived, there was no lights outside. It was kind of like an older people's area. Mostly old people lived there. So anyway, I had 2 windows. One just faced a closet, and the other one just actually faced the entire room. And I had blinds. So when I was really, really young, I used to always have a little nightlight, and at one point I turned it into a red nightlight because it seemed to soothe me more and put me to bed. But when I was a teenager and onwards, I always slept in just dark, pitch black. And this kind of made me not want to anymore for a long time. But anyways, one night I was trying to sleep, and I started seeing at first just one prickly pin of a blue light, and it was kind of this kind of blue, maybe a little bit brighter, but a little bit more young, but something between these 2 blues. That's the blue it was. Anyways, I was doing my thing, trying to fall asleep, and I see a blue little dot on my door. Was always closed as well, so I saw a little blue dot on my door, and at first it was just there, and I was that's weird, I don't like that. And I was too scared to look outside my window because I thought it was some creep kind of creeping, doing a little creeperoo, because I was on a side split bedroom and it was level, obviously. So I kind of was clinging to my bed, kind of Pingu when his bed goes AWOL and turns into evil. But that also just freaked me out when I saw that as a kid. It still kind of freaks me out, honestly. Anyway, yeah, so I was just in my bed, my little sleigh bed. And I kind of sat up and was watching it and trying to see what was going on, what was up. And it started moving and dancing. And I was like, that's not supposed to happen. So I eventually do look outside and I see nothing. There's no street lights outside and there's nobody because it's like 3 in the morning. And everybody's senile. So nobody walking anywhere, doing anything that, to my knowledge at least, because I thought it was like maybe it was like as if you had a cat light, the little playing cat lights to make them follow that. It was like that but blue. So I just sank back into my bed and was hoping it would go away. It didn't. It manifested into like 2 other ones. So there was 3 blue little orb things just dancing around my wall and my bedroom door. And it freaked me out so much that I screamed for my mother to come down. And she didn't seem to not believe me, but she just didn't know what to do. And she thought, oh, maybe it's grandpa and grandma or someone coming to say I love you and everything is okay. And she sat with me probably for a few minutes and chatted with me because it disappeared when she appeared. So I don't know. I wonder if she remembers. I should ask. I should call and ask. And then I never forgot about that. Clearly, it's like been like a decade, if not more. So I probably just sat up for the rest of the night after that because I was so freaked out. And yeah. Then I have the second story again, blue light. Blue lights, man. I don't know. But this one also just really like plagues my brain. I have no real explanation or thought as to what it could be. And I'm gonna take a drink of that. Yeah, so next story is the conclusion of the other one was just I didn't do anything. I just kind of watched, and then I looked it up and it said blue lights are something good, but honestly, I just still to this day I feel like it's like a fever dream. Like I'm like, did that happen? Like I can't even, I have no idea. Anyways, next story is that I had since moved from that house and a bunch of other houses, and I had my apartment. And this apartment was in an attic. A very beautiful attic. It wasn't like a dingy, creepy attic, other than me existing there. It was not like a dingy one. But the house was a very big house. The guy was like a millionaire. that owned it because he had his own business and did his own thing, which was lovely. And I loved that apartment. Anyways, before I was about to be moving out of said apartment, I thought it would be nice to film on my DSLR me writing an entry in a notebook of some sort, and kind of like a farewell, ta-ta, I love you, yes, woo. So I set it up, pointing towards my desk, and just there was a bit of the back wall, or like, just a wall behind me. And I remember watching back the footage, and it was pitch black. I forgot to say that I had closed all the lights, nothing was on, I had nothing going, there was nothing. Nobody, no nothing. Nothing. And I just had a candle in front of me and me writing in the dark. And it was nighttime, so it was very, very dark. As I was watching the video back, I see behind me, just at the bottom, like where the kind of baseboard level, or like, mid wall, I don't know, wherever, there was a tiny little pinprick of a blue light. Just stationary. It wasn't dancing this time. It was just there. And I still have no clue. I don't have words. I literally don't know what it is, because I have 2 windows in that room, none of which are short enough to reach the street lamps. The house is like 3 times as tall as the street lamps outside. There is only one outlet in that entire room, not on that wall, and it is behind the bed, behind the camera. So there's no reflecting going on. It's just a plain blank wall like this. Nothing on it, like that wall, but there's nothing on it. There's nothing. And it just is through the whole video. It's just there. And I go looking around for what it could be, thinking it must be something. And I, to this day, have no idea. And that's like 5-6 years ago? I don't know. No idea. It's so bizarre to me. Fascinating, bizarre, kind of freaky. I have no idea, and I don't know if it's are there spirits? I don't know. Because everything has some sort of energy. I do believe that. So I have no idea. And then my third story is kind of recent, but 2-ish years ago, I was living at my partner's house with his family, and somebody had passed away that we love very much. And they used to always listen to, not always, but often listen to the radio when they took a shower. And I don't even know. This does not go with Mr. Blue Light, but it's freaky nonetheless. And then, I don't know, maybe it's like it seems like a jokery kind of thing that maybe they would do. But anyway, okay, so they passed away, and after a few days, I took a shower, and there was this little portable radio thing in the shower, like just, on a shelf outside of the shower. And in the year and a bit that I've lived there, it has never just randomly come on, malfunctioned, or done anything while I've been getting ready or showering. I am taking a shower, and there's nobody in the house. They're all off to work or wherever they have to go, groceries or whatever they're doing. And I'm by myself. So I take a shower. While I'm in the shower, that radio starts talking. I get so freaked out. I try and call my boyfriend, and I'm like, you gotta come home. I don't know what's going on, but he was busy. He was, I don't even remember what he was doing, but he was, I think, helping somebody. I was just so scared. I didn't know whether to open the door, whether to go, whether to stay, whether to leave. I got out of the shower, for sure. I got out of the shower, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, do I close this? And before I even go to try and close it, it shuts off by itself. That literally makes me want to cry. I'm so emotional. But I just, it freaked me out so bad. And then the door also kept kind of like swinging open and closed by itself. And I was like, is it the air? Is it, I don't know. It never happened before. So why is it happening now? And, I never got a conclusion to that, but it just freaked me out so bad that it makes me speechless. Like, I literally don't know, because stuff like this doesn't really happen to me. It does, but I feel like I kind of play it off as it not being so serious. Maybe because I'm just a spooky creature. But, it really dug into my soul, because I just couldn't figure out what was even going on. And I just I wanted answers, but I obviously couldn't get them. So I was like, okay, I guess you're just saying, hey, hello, love you. Haha. I don't know. It's like the things that are like never happened before, and then all of a sudden this like weird stuff kind of just takes over. Like, that's the kind of stuff where you're just like, something a little off. But anyway, those are my 3 paranormal stories. Kind of, all 3 of them are kind of short. Together, they're kind of long. They don't ever have a conclusion. I guess these things kind of just don't usually. I don't think I'd ever want to play with a Ouija board or anything like that, because I just, even if it's just for show, I just feel like energy is energy, and it doesn't have to belong to a body necessarily. I just think energy is sometimes something you invite in and accept, and I believe in law of attraction, so even if you're saying no, 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 all it hears is the thing that you're saying no to. So I tried to think that, the blue lights were some signal of love, and as well as the radio, like, that just, it scared me so deeply. It still really freaks me out, actually. And I've had past cats and current cats, look at corners and do weird stuff, but they're never really, they don't really seem like they're talking or seeing things. So I haven't, well, maybe in the corner. There was a corner in my old apartment just previously, my one before this, that they would always look at this one corner. And in my grandparents' house, my one cat would always look down into the basement. No, thank you. But anyway, thank you so much for listening to my story. Let me know what you think, if you have any thoughts on what these things mean. I'm always intrigued. I always love to know, to hear, to read different information. And because I just don't know. Anyways, thank you so much, and